That's right, boys and girls, it's easy street for Juventus as the chasing pack fails to keep up with Sarri ball. We'll tell you the latest results and of course your predictions next.
Busy street, and we're breaking out the good champagne. We're sitting pretty on the gravy train, and when we sing every sweet refrain repeats right here on Easy.
Today we'll take a look at match number 31 out in Serie A, and we'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related. What are we going to know here? Under one Roski, that's right. The chasing pack can't keep up the heat. Sarri ball running away with it now, and it looks like it's one horse race for the title. We'll talk more about that in just a second, and of course your predictions. But I want a big shout out, yes, to William Shepherd. Yes, you sunshine. It's a new Patreon, boys and girls. We have a new Patreon. Yeah, respect to my brother for joining the VIP gang. He joins the likes of Russell Frost, Cody Cahoe, Tom Beresford, John Spurn, Aztec Marky B Mark, Loco Drinker, Daniel Mella, Bianca Muller, and LG and Cal. That's right. So I do appreciate Patrons big time because it puts a big smile on my face, gives me that extra mojo to plow on forward and keep doing what I'm doing, despite it's a lot of hard work. There is a bit of a grind, but I love it. I love it deep down. But this gives me that extra mojo, and it's also it shows that you guys appreciate the content. So much respect to William Shepherd and of course the rest of the patrons, and for you guys anyway for subscribing, viewing, smashing the thumbs up. It does appreciate me. Puts a big smile on my face. So if you want to join William and the co, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas, and you can support the channel in another way, which will be absolutely brilliant. Anyway, let's jump into it and take a little look at how I got on last time around. Not pretty. So here we go. We are talking about Serie A, and this is the criteria again. It does fluctuate with situation like this, but 0 to 3 you're in the shit face game, 4 to 6 you're in the straight face club, 7+ you're in the top banana. So here we go. Juventus, well, they put on a bit of a barnstormer, didn't they? 4-1 win over Torino in the end. Goals from Dybala, Quadrado, Ronaldo, and a big fat OG from Digi. Belotti on the score sheet from the penalty spot for Torino. Actually went with a 3-0 win, not too shabby on this one. Sassuolo took care of business against Lecce, 4-2 in the end. Caputo on the score sheet, Berardi, Boga, and Mulder for Sassuolo. Lucioni and Maskunsku on the score sheet for Lecce from the penalty spot. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Sassuolo, not too shabby. Surprise was over in Rome as AC Milan put up a away win. 3-0 in the end over Lazio. Actually went 3-0 in favour of Lazio. Goals on that team. Hakan, and Zlatan did get a goal from the penalty spot. Nice to see him back. And Anton Rebic as well on the score sheet. So good result for that. And I'm glad he's still chipping away as old Zlatan. Inter Milan also suffered a defeat 2-1 against Bologna. That's right. That was a surprise one. Lukaku on the score sheet for Inter Milan. They had a man sent off, Bastoni on the 77th minute. In fact, Bologna had a man sent off on the 57th minute, but they came back. 10 men for the majority of the game. Juara and Barro on the score sheet for Bologna. So 2-1 win for them. Surprise. 2-0 win for me for Inter Milan. Got that one wrong. Cagliari lost at home to Atalanta. Just a 1-0. Muriel from the penalty spot. Again, another red card though. This time Cagliari. Carboni getting himself sent off. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Atalanta on this one. Parma against Fiorentina ended up as a victory for Fiorentina. Double penalties action for Eric Pulgar with a brace from the penalty spot. Actually 3 penalties in that game. Jujera Kucha on the score sheet for Parma. Actually went with a 0-0 draw on this one. Not great. Udinese and Genoa grind out to a 2-2 draw. Fafana and Lasagna on the score sheet for Udinese. Pandev and Pinamonti on the score sheet for Genoa. Actually went with a 1-0 win on that one, so not great either. Brescia did beat Hellas Verona 2-0 in the end. Goal scorers on that day, Papetti and Donnarumma on the score sheet to bring them the victory. Actually went with the 2-0 the other way. Not great there. Sampdoria though did beat SPAL 3-0 in the end. Goodness gracious me. Carlo Linity with a brace. Mano Gabbiadini as well on the score sheet. Both before and after half-time, I think. 3-0 in the end. Actually got the right amount of goals. I went with a 2-1 win for Sampdoria, so that's good. That's my boys. And Napoli did take care of business against Roma 2-1. Actually went with a 3-2. Galgeron and Insigne on the score sheet for Napoli. Mkhitaryan on the score sheet for Roma. So I did okay. I got myself 5, which puts me in the straight-faced gang. But this is what the situation does mean in the old table. The Juventus are, 7 points clear of Lazio. Inter Milan are 3rd, 64 points, and Atalanta making up the ground here and for 4th spot. Roma 5th, Napoli up to 6th. Looks like it is like I think the Champions League spots are nailed on. It's just whereabouts they're going to fit the figure out. Down the bottom though, it looks also nailed on for SPAL and probably Brescia. They are down. Lecce still in it. I think it's between Genoa and Lecce. Realistically, you might get Torino sucked in there, but ultimately I think they're going to hang on. That's what I think. What about you guys? Let's take a look at how you guys got on. But before then, I just want to let you know about the Prediction League. That's right. Next season we're going to have the Prediction League. It's just like this season. It's just got to do what you keep on doing, and that is putting your predictions in and then you'll be automatically entered into the prediction league, where you could win the grand prize. With whoever is the chief predictor at the end of the season will get a t-shirt with this fella, not my face, this guy's face, wherever he is. There he is, the king or queen, whichever it is. He is universal, unisex, you and I sex. Anyway, so that face on there, and it'll be the league, Serie A, and the year and all that kind of jazz. So that's going to be taking place next season. So just keep on doing what you're doing, and in order to make sure that you don't miss a beat, make sure you subscribe, and also smash the old bell as well, so you know when the videos drop. So let's take a look at the old what you guys got on last time out. Football Mapper did all right for himself, not too shabby. Yannick Buster did okay. Cody Ho, respect to you, Patreon. You did pretty well for yourself, brother. And he's a Patreon, so he gets an extra round of applause. Bianca Muller, though, top banana. Woo! Get in there. Not too shabby. Over the moon shabby. So you did very, very well. Keaton Zamerli, not too shabby. Italian Stalin did shit. He ain't no, he's Italian donkey this week. Italian ass, as they say. No. Ilimachino Donino also did pretty shitty. Miles A did pretty well for himself. Igne Ujina Boss did okay. Tom Ellis, not too shabby. Costas K did pretty well for himself. And Vincent Hong did okay. So that was last time out. This is the next time out. The next round of matches. Let's take a look at them. They do take place from when? Is it Tuesday? Tuesday onwards. So Tuesday through to Friday, I think. Tuesday through to Thursday. Anyway, we're going to kick it all off with Lecce. They're going to be taking on Lazio. This coming match day does take place on Tuesday, the 7th of July. The last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Lecce, 4 wins for Lazio, and 1 draw. They played in Rome earlier in the season. It was a 4-2 win for Lazio. Correa with a brace, Immobile and Milinkovic-Savic on the score sheet for Lazio. Lampunglada and Lamienta on the score sheet for Lecce. Heading into this, Lecce have actually lost the last 6 matches in Serie A. Lazio have actually won 8 of the last 10 away matches in Serie A as well. So yeah, ridiculously bad form for Lecce. They looked nailed on to be sucked into that relegation hard at the moment. Whereas Lazio picking up 2 defeats for the past 6, not too great for them, but realistically they're still maintaining their Champions League push. I think that's what they were looking for this season. Anyway, the bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on the 7th of July. 70-2 for Lecce, 4-1 is the draw, 3-1 on for Lazio. They are nailed on. Of course, they come into this. Where are they in the table? They are 3rd. A win for them could maybe get them closer. Sorry, they're actually 2nd in the table. Lazio, a win. They need a win realistically, and hope something crazy goes on in Milan. So yeah, Lazio need the win. 68 points, so push them up to 71. Lecce are in 18th spot. A win would get them out of the old drop zone at the expense of Genoa, but I can't see it. I'm going to go with a 3-0 win for Lazio on this one. What about you? Get your predictions in nice and early. Next up, we have AC Milan up against Juventus. They are on easy street. Are they? Well, this could be a bit of a banana skin, but the previous record is not going against the form book. Anyway, the last 6 encounters season, 0 wins for AC Milan, 2 draws, and 4 wins for Juventus over the last few seasons. Earlier in the campaign, around about November, Juventus picked up a 1-0 win in Turin. Diabala won the score sheet on the 77th minute. Last time played in Milan was a 2-0 win as well for Juventus. Ronaldo and Mandzukic on the score sheet. That was back in 2018. Higuain get himself sent off. Juventus actually won the last 7 matches in Serie A, and they've also won by at least 2 goals in the last 7 matches as well. But AC Milan looking pretty savvy as well. Just and the last defeat was before the lockdown against Genoa. Since then, they've been 3 wins and 2 draws, unbeaten in 5. Juventus unbeaten in 6, though they go 1 better. The bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on Tuesday, the 7th of July, 12-5 is AC Milan for the victory. 21-20 for Juventus. 5-2 is the draw. A win for AC Milan in 7th could see them leapfrog above Roma into 5th. Would you believe it? Juventus are running away with it. 7 points clear of Lazio, and they could be 10 points clear if they're victorious over them. I can't see it though. I think this is going to be a little bit of a slip up for them, but ultimately I'll still put them in the driving seat. 2-2 result over in Milan. Next up, we have Fiorentina up against Cagliari. This game takes place on Wednesday, the 8th of July. The last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Fiorentina, 3 wins for Cagliari, and 1 draw. The last time they played was in Cagliari. It was a 5-2 win for Cagliari. That was around about November. Rog on the score sheet, Simone as well, Nangolo and Pedro, and Piescane on the score sheet, Valehalovic on the score sheet for Fiorentina. Heading into this, Fiorentina actually failed to win 10 of the last 11 matches at home, whereas Cagliari have actually failed to win 9 of the last 10 away matches in Serie A. So 2 teams who have got ropey, contrasting forms. But overall in the form book, just 1 win in the past 6 for Fiorentina. That was last time out against Parma, whereas Cagliari just 2 wins in the past 6 as well. So 2 teams looking for more consistency, more points on the board. The bookmakers' odds on this one: Fiorentina are favourites, 70-20 on. 12-5 is the draw. 10-3 is the away win. A win for Fiorentina in 13th could see them get 37 points, maybe move closer to a top 10 finish. Whereas the opposition, Cagliari, already in that just shy of the top 10, but a win for them would push them in the top 10, but maybe as high as 8th. I'm going to go with a 1-0 with Fiorentina on this one. Home form and all that kind of jazz. I know there's no fans, but still, I think playing under their own turf, under their own lights, will give them the edge. Next up, Genoa up against Napoli. Of course, Napoli doing very, very well for themselves. They kind of bounced back with Gattuso and Shaw. Still a long, long, long ways from getting into those Champions League spots, but I think they're going to have to settle for Europa League next season in this transitional period. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between Genoa and Napoli have ended up 0 wins for Genoa, 4 wins for Napoli, and 2 draws. One of those draws was earlier in the season in November in Naples. It was a 0-0 draw. In fact, it's been back-to-back draws for these two sides, and they're both in Naples. However, the last time played in Genoa was a 2-1 win for Napoli. That's right. Ruiz, Moscosi, and Brescia with a big fat OG. Kuroamare getting the 1-0 goal for Genoa. It's like I'm fluent in the language. Anyway, Napoli are actually undefeated in their last 15 matches against Genoa in all competitions. 15 matches, goodness gracious me. Genoa have actually conceded at least 3 goals in the last 3 home matches in Serie A, and they also lost the last 3 home matches in Serie A this season. So just 1 win in the past 6 for Genoa heading into this. That was against AC Milan before the lockdown, whereas 1 defeat for Napoli in the past 6. That was against Atalanta a couple of games back. The bookmakers' odds on this one does take place on, where are you? Wednesday the 8th of July. 90-4 for Genoa, 3-1 is the draw, 11-20. So Lazio are red hot favourites on this one. A win for them would give them 51 points, and they could leapfrog Roma in the process. They'd be the next best thing. Meanwhile, their opposition, where are you? Genoa, they currently find 17th spot on the table. They need a win, realistically, to get themselves away from that drop zone, but they could end up in the drop zone at the expense of Lecce if they were to fail to defeat. And I see that happening. I think Naples, at least, or Napoli picking up the win, 2-0 win away from home to give themselves a boost and put the fear of relegation in Genoa's. Next up, we have Torino up against Brescia. Torino need a victory as well. Brescia look nailed on for relegation. The last 6 encounters between these two sides see 1 win for Torino, 2 wins for Brescia, and 3 draws between 2 sides. They played in Brescia early in the season. It was a 4-0 win for Torino. Belotti with a brace from penalties, and Alex Berenja as well with a brace. Matchday getting himself sent off for Brescia. However, the last time played in Torino was a 0-0 draw in Serie B all the way back in 2011. Heading into this, Torino have actually drawn their last 5 home matches against Brescia in all competitions. They've also lost 9 of the last 11 matches in Serie A. Brescia have actually lost 5 of the last 6 away matches also. So 2 teams who need a win, who can't find a win, can't buy a win. You can't even find it on eBay. Anyway, these 2 sides will lock horns on the 8th of July. 30-8 is the odds for a victory for Torino. 29-10 is the draw. 9-2 is the away win. A win for Brescia in 19th could give them 3 points and maybe a lifeline to get themselves out of the drop zone. They need a win here. They'll put them on to 24 points, and then mathematically, depending on what goes on with Genoa, they could do the great escape. Meanwhile, Torino also need a win there in 16th spot. A win for them, though, could see them shoot up to 13th. Goodness gracious me. I can't separate the 2 sides. Can you? Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early. 1-1 for me. No one's really happy with that. And then Roma taking on Parma as well this midweek. The test take place on the 8th of July. The last 4 encounters sees 3 wins for Roma, 1 win for Parma. And that Parma victory was back in 2019. They played in a bit of a friendly, maybe in the Italia Cup, I think it was. Earlier in the season, it was a 2-0 win for Roma in Parma, but the last time played in Roma was back in 2019. It was a 2-1 win for Roma. Goals on that occasion. Gagella with the OG Perotti with the goal, the winning goal for Roma. Gervinho the score sheet for Parma. Heading into this, Parma have actually lost their last 3 matches in Serie A, and they've also conceded at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches as well. Heading into this, the form book, not great form for either of the 2 sides. Just 1 win the past 6 for Genoa. 1 win in the past 6 for Parma, should I say. That win was against Genoa. Meanwhile, just 2 defeats in the past 5 for Roma, and that was both before and after the lockdown. It's been 3 defeats in the spin for Roma. Not great form. They need to start steady the ship a little bit. Heading into this match, of course, on Wednesday the 8th of July, 2-1 on for Roma. They are the favourites. 7-2 is the draw. 5-1 is the away win. A win for Parma. Currently find themselves in 12th spot. Could see them rise up to 8th. Goodness gracious me. A win for Roma in 5th. Could give them 51 points and maybe nailed on that Europa League spots for them. I'm going to give it to Roma in the end. 3-1 win over Parma. Steady the ship. Goals, home form, all that kind of jazz. That'll do the trick. One team that's looking very, very good at the moment is Atalanta, sitting in 4th spot quite comfortably as well, and a win away from going higher. They're going to be taking on my boys Sampdoria over in Atalanta. The last 6 encounters, those 2 wins for Atalanta, 3 wins for Sampdoria, and 1 draw between the 2 sides. That draw was early in the season in Sampdoria. It was a 0-0 draw with Milinkonovsky getting himself sent off of Atalanta. The last time played in Atalanta, though, was a 1-0 win for Sampdoria. Torelli with the score on the 76th minute. Heading into this, Atalanta have actually won their last 8 matches in Serie A. They've also won. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 8 of the last 9 home matches. Heading into this, Sampdoria back-to-back wins for them, which is pretty good. 3 defeats in the past 6 on the grand scheme of things. 6 out of 6 though for Atalanta, looking very, very good in all competitions. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on the 8th of July is 2-5 on for Atalanta. 4-1 is the draw. 7-1 is the away win for Sampdoria. Sampdoria come into this 14th in the table. A win for them could see them rise above Fiorentina into 13th. Atalanta are at 4th at the moment. A win away from going into 3rd. Goodness gracious. gracious me. I'm going with a 4-0 win on this one. Atalanta to snatch it quite comfortably in the end. Next up we have Bologna. They're taking on Sassuolo this weekend. Does take place. When does it take place? It does take place on Wednesday the 8th of July. The last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Bologna, 1 win for Sassuolo and 1 draw. That win for Sassuolo was early in the season in Sassuolo in November. Caputo with a brace, Bogger as well on the score sheet for Sassuolo, Orsolini on the score sheet for Bologna. Heading into this, Sassuolo have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 4 matches in Serie A. Heading into this, just 2 defeats in the past 6 for Bologna, 1 defeat in the past 6 for Sassuolo. 2 teams with very good form at the moment, or reasonable form on the grand scheme of things. Just 1 defeat in the past 5 for Sassuolo since the old reboot, and the same can be said for Bologna, 1 defeat in the past 4 since the old reboot. Heading into this, of course, the bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on the Wednesday, 5-4 for Bologna. Probably the favourites, 5-2. It's the draw. 2-1 is the away win for Sassuolo. Sassuolo currently find themselves in 10th spot, or went away from going 8th, whereas their opposition, matey boys, Bologna currently find themselves in 9th, a win away from going as high as 8th as well. It's a tough one, this one. I can't really separate the 2 sides. I'm going with the 1-1 draw on this one. No one's really going to be really happy with that as they try to push for Europa League spots. Next up we have SPAL up against Udinese, sort of relegation sort of encounter this one. SPAL already looking doomed at the moment, bottom of the table, 19 points on the board. Udinese could get sucked into it, but probably won't. Anyway, the last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for SPAL, 1 win for Udinese and 3 draws. One of those draws was early in the season in November when it was a 0-0 draw in Udinese. The last time played in SPAL was also a 0-0 draw. Heading into this, SPAL have actually lost 8 of the 10 last 10 matches in Serie A. They've also conceded at least 2 goals in 8 of those last 10 matches as well. Heading into this, just 1 win in the past 6 for SPAL. That was against Parma before the lockdown. Meanwhile, Udinese just 2 wins of the past 6 as well, and 2 wins since the old reboot at the last 5. Heading into this, SPAL are probably underdogs, 11-5 for the victory for them. 21-10 is the draw, 13-10 is the away win. A win for Udinese will probably get them out of the relegation zone, or relegation the conversation. Shoot them up to 35 points, and that'll be 30 for the table. A win for SPAL though in 19th spot could seem possibly leapfrog pressure in the process. I'm going to give it to Udinese in the end. I think SPAL are lost at sea, and they're going back to Serie B. Next up we have Hellas Verona taking on Inter Milan. This is the final game. It does take place on, when does it take place? It takes place on Thursday the 9th of July. The last 6 encounters season 0 wins for Verona, 5 for Inter Milan and 1 draw. They played in Milan early in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Inter Milan. Vecino and Barella on the score sheet for Inter Milan, and Ferrara with a big fat penalty as well. Vecino, Barella for Inter Milan, Ferrara on the score sheet for Verona from the penalty spot. Last time played in Verona was also a 2-1 win for Inter Milan. Verona have actually won 5 of the last 6 home matches in Serie A, and they've also scored at least 2 goals in 6 of the last 7 home matches as well. So the home form is pretty savvy heading into this. Since the old reboot, just 2 defeats for Verona. 1 defeat for Inter Milan. That was against Bologna last time around. They were on a nice bit of form before that. They were unbeaten in at least 5 games in all competitions for Inter Milan. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this one taking place on Thursday. It is 10-3 for Verona, 11-4 is the draw, 5-4 on for Inter Milan on this one. I can't separate the 2 sides on this one. I think Inter Milan are going to kind of chunder a little bit, and they will slip up, and it will be another opportunity for Atalanta to take over 3rd spot. 2-2 for me in the end. Anyway, that's what I think about the old predictions. What about you guys? Make sure you get predictions nice and early. But let's just say, between you and I, all of this comes in bang on the flipping nose. This is what the table will look like at the end of the event. Juventus would lead the way, of course, 5 points clear of Lazio. It would be, again, a chance for them to close in on them, but still be a good 5 points adrift. Atalanta will be in 3rd. Inter Milan will be in 4th. Roma and Napoli in the old Europa League spots. AC Milan a little bit cut adrift this time. Lecce, Brescia and SPAL going down to Serie B, boys and girls. The rest stuck in mid-table. Now, that's pretty much all I've got for you, folks. But again, just a reminder of next season, we've got the Prediction League, of course, in Serie A and across the thing. If you want to participate in all the other ones and to come top of the pops at the end of it, you could come away with 6 or 7 shirts, depending on what leagues are going to go on. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you bang the bell as well. That's it, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up, and of course smash the subscribe if you're new videos every single day on the channel. And of course, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the description. There is a link to patreon.com where it's a venue where you can support the channel in another way besides your viewership. So make sure you check that out. Also check out Twitter and Facebook. I'm vocal on both of those things. But yes, it's coming thick and fast across the divisions, across the countries, across the world. Football is back, but it's crazy. It's crazy keeping up with it. Anyway, hopefully staying safe out there. Until I see you all around again, which will probably be Thursday for the next round of matches for Serie A. Be safe, get your predictions in, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.